What's up, guys? So now that I've been moved into my dorm now for just over a month, about a month and a week or so, and I've just been working on editing videos, and I've gotten a couple of newer videos like repairing Maddie's iMac and the Amazon and Five Below products unboxings. But we're gonna get on the grind. We're gonna start doing some actual videos now that we're in the dorm room and we're set up. But we're gonna start with my setup for during my dorm, because I know I hinted to it in my what's been going on video. So we're actually going to delve deep, and I'm going to show you guys my computers that I've got with me, how it's set up, what exactly is hooked up, what I'm using each of them for, how they're working, and then just a general tour of my room, because I mean you can see some of it behind me. I know that desk's a little bit of a mess, but that's just because I've been cleaning all day. So starting off, I'm going to talk about the camera setup. So I don't know if you guys were able to tell, but actually, I did make a video on this. It was my how has things changed through the years. So basically, my setup at my dorm, I've got 3 cameras on this computer. This is the one that I brought solely for recording, and I'm going to show you guys how. So part of this camera setup is I've actually been working and getting used to OBS and getting the scene transitions and all that stuff saved, so that I'm not constantly fiddling with it during a shoot. So, for example, I'm currently looking at studio mode on my computer. So what you guys usually don't see is the process behind editing. So in this case, we can see here I've got an OBS window open. I do have dual monitors, which I'll show you guys in a second. But over here, I've got all these scenes, and these scenes are actually really cool. So I've got the front-facing camera, which is the one that is on the right. Then over here, I've got tabletop close-up, and this one is a Logitech 1080p Pro stream that's sitting on top of the monitor. And if I just push one of my buttons over here, in this case on this keyboard it's G4, I get a transition, and that's pretty cool. And then I've also got above me, I have a Logitech C270 720p webcam. So the other 2 webcams I have are 1080p, but this one's only 720, but it doesn't really matter. In editing this footage, I realized that the screen cap I did lags quite a bit. It's not a thing on you guys' end. It's because of the fact that the system that I record on is only a dual core, and it's not optimized to have 3 webcams of data all pouring into it and a screen recording while recording everything. It can usually handle one at a time pretty easily, but it's just when it's screen recording everything, it caused quite a bit of lag, so sorry about that, guys. You guys the scenes and such, so I'm going to show you the actual setup. So as I was talking about, I've got my face cam right here, and this is the one that's tabletop close-up, and then up here we've got the tabletop overhead per whatever. Mouse and keyboard, these are the ones that I got when I got the server. These 2 monitors I bought the other day at Savers for $3.99 each. The one on the right is a little bit bigger, you're not just seeing things, but honestly, they're both really good monitors, and at a total of $8, just shy of, for the 2 of them. This is a really good purchase. And then down here, this isn't the original computer that I was going to bring with me to my dorm. That one's actually over there behind the mini fridge because it's got a dead motherboard. So this is an older system. This is my Inspiron 660. It's got 12 gigs of RAM in it. It's only got a dual core i3, but just for recording videos and such, it runs pretty good. I do have an additional PCIe USB 3.0 expansion card in it. And then this is just a regular set of Logitech speakers. And then moving into it, down there you'll see a network switch that's connected to the wall over there. You can see the yellow cable. That's the direct input. No, sorry, it's not. There's a Wi-Fi extender back there. This broadcasts a private network from my room. You can see it right back there, plugged into the wall next to the Ethernet jacks. This broadcasts a private network to my room, so that all of my stuff is on its own network, and I don't have to worry about anyone else getting into my stuff. So that switch right there splits coming in from over there to the extender, because one of the ports on the wall doesn't work. Otherwise I wouldn't have the switch over here. I'd put it over there. And then into the back of this computer, because the Wi-Fi card isn't in this computer currently. You can see I've got a couple of external drives hooked up to the computer, but overall, you know, it's a respectable setup. It's not meant for gaming, but it's optimized for recording, because I don't need to do anything more than record videos on this computer and go on to a couple of classes. So as I just said, this computer, it's mainly for recording. It's not my gopher for classes and such. And this is just my basic, you know, when I'm on it, browsing, whatever, because I've got my MacBook behind me, which I'll go over there in a second. but this computer I use for stuff on Blackboard because it's easier to access on here, and because Visual Studio and Xcode, they both have their pros and cons. But Notepad++ is also a really big thing on Windows, which I find useful, especially for saving my Computing 1 assignments. So from there, that's the main reason I am running the Windows rig, and I have Visual Studio on here, and I've got Firefox, and that's basically it for spare programs. I do have Steam, and I have been playing Among Us recently, but other than that, that's pretty much it for this Windows setup. So let's go talk about the iMac, or the MacBook, whatever it is. Whipping around here real quick, we've got the MacBook Pro setup. So I've got my 2019 MacBook Pro, which I made a video about when I got it. And this right here, it's connected to that dock that I bought in my Amazon unboxing video. This dock is connected to this monitor, which was also a buy from Savers. This one cost me 10 bucks, but it's a much bigger display than those two. And this one actually has HDMI in, the other two do not. So one of those monitors over there is running VGA, the other one's running an HDMI to VGA adapter. But this MacBook, it's hooked up to my Magic Mouse and my Magic Trackpad, or Magic Mouse, Magic Keyboard, and then I do have a Magic Trackpad. It's just charging currently. Never mind, the trackpad's right here. I already told you guys the specs of this MacBook, but I'm not going to go into it again because that's all in the other video, which is linked below in the description. And it's connected to a 2 terabyte external drive right there, and then this is my 4 terabyte Seagate external backup plus, which I have running as a vault drive for all of my videos and for stuff that I don't need stored directly on the SSD of the Mac or on that 2 terabyte drive, because that's the drive that I take with me wherever I go. Now this computer is great because, like, if I'm on Zoom on this, I can just connect my AirPods to it. As soon as Big Sur is released, I will be upgrading this computer to Big Sur. So expect a video on that in the future. This is the MacBook I bring with me whenever I have to go away for the weekend or whenever I'm whatever. This is my computer. This is my primary laptop. I do have my other Windows laptop here, which I was recording on when my MacBook was in the shop getting fixed, which I have a video on coming. And then that computer was over here until I grabbed this one from my parents' house, so shout out to that. So, time for a generic room tour. So walking into my room, it's a little bit of a mess still right now, I know, but, you know, on my right-hand side, the dresser, it's got like my sweatshirts and stuff in it. Laundry and trash, that's not important. This is that Windows rig I was telling you guys about with some food storage and some other storage up top, like trash bags and that sort of stuff. And then my bed's over here. I actually disassembled the other bed that comes in this room because I'm the only one in here. So I'll have to reassemble it later, but I've got my suitcase under there, and that's my garbage. And pardon the blanket on the floor. That's because of the fact that it was on the bed and I needed to move it. This is the TV Maddie's grandfather gave me. Really great TV. I've got my Roku Express hooked up to it, and I do have a remote for that. And then I've actually got a 3rd gen Apple TV hooked up to it. This is my family's old Apple TV. I still need to finish signing into iTunes on it, but I have this just for the primary reason that having an Apple TV here, I can just stream whatever's in my iTunes library on my Mac so much easier. Fan and microwave, you know, no big deal. My Mac setup. This box Maddie gave me for my birthday. It contained all these pictures that I've hung up on my wall. But now I use it to hold my paychecks because I know I'm not going to lose them if they're in there. My schedule for classes, but that's not important. This is my mini fridge. That's the computer that doesn't really work. This does have a separate fridge and freezer. And then this is a printer that my neighbors gave to me for free. So shout out to you guys, Mary and Fred. Thank you guys for this. It's an inkjet, it's not a laser, but I bought ink for it, so it's actually working really well now. And that's basically it for a tour of the room. I mean, there's not that much in here that's really exciting, but I will show you guys my view. So this is the view out of my room. Let me just pop the window. It's actually really nice, and you can actually see down there the Amazon lockers, which I know I've brought up in another video, probably a couple at this point. But this is the view out of my room, and at night, it's a really nice view. The only other thing I didn't show you guys is, believe it or not, this little Samsung mic I have right here. Hang on, let me transition to this. So this Samsung mic, this is what I use for my microphone recording, because it's a really good microphone, and I haven't had a single issue with it. So I usually keep it just off to the side over here where you can't really see it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video about my room tour. I'm getting on the grind, as I said just a second ago. in terms of videos that I'm going to produce. So drop a like on this video if you liked it. Click below to subscribe, or right up here to subscribe. Click up here to watch one of my other videos. And as I said, I'm getting on this grind really so much sooner. So until next time, guys, peace.